So A.J. Brown finally speaks about what went on the sidelines with him and Jalen Hurts. Blankenship is back at practice and will play versus the Bucs. Plus, Josh Jobe did have some good tape versus the Vikings. And bad news for the Dallas Cowboys, Trevon Diggs done for the year? What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast, and today we got a lot to get into. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, can I ask y'all for a favor? Help your boy out. Hit that like, subscribe if you are new, and ding the bell. That way you're notified when we drop these videos, go live, or put out YouTube shorts. Let's get right into it. Trevon Diggs suffered a torn ACL today at practice, which means he's done for the year. Please drop the prayer emoji in the comment section. You never want to see this. I hate the Cowboys, and so do you. We want to beat them twice, but I'd rather beat him at full capacity. And it's not even just that. He's been playing some great ball. He's young, just got paid, and this is a huge injury. A big-time loss for the Cowboys, but a big-time loss for Trevon Diggs, the person who's always kept it real as it pertains to Jalen Hurts and off-the-field stuff, right? Trevon Diggs, I could support the guy if he wasn't wearing the star. I think his game is good. He just happens to be playing for a divisional rival. So this is going to hurt the Cowboys, and we'll talk about the Cowboys when we play them. I still want to beat them, but prayers for Trevon Diggs. This is something you just don't want to see as an NFL fan. Now, let's go over to A.J. Brown, who finally spoke about all the shenanigans on the sideline versus the Vikings. Listen what he got to say.
So the discussion, it's a game that we both love, and I want everybody to understand that sometimes the emotions run high, and that's kind of what happened too. That doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Doesn't mean I'm beefing with Jalen. No, and also I want y'all to know, no, it was not about targets. I'm sure everybody thought that because he threw me the ball 3 plays in a row afterwards, but no, I was not over there discussing targets or whatever the case may be. It was something that happened earlier, and we was having a discussion about it. And so I know everybody took that out of context, but it's not a big deal. Me and him are still on the same page. We're still growing. We're still trying to become great and get wins, most importantly. But the reason why I left after the game is because my emotion was high, so I had to remove myself. Because I know all of y'all want a story, and y'all doing y'all job, and I don't hold any one of y'all forward, but I just had to clear my mind before I get in front of y'all.
So A.J. Brown did admit that his emotions were high. He called it a discussion. Again, they both want the offense to be great. And although we were putting up points winning 27-7, there were times that the offense stalled. The offense got bailed out by some of the turnovers. At the end of the day, we both want to be great, both on the same page. His emotions were high. He didn't come to the podium for the simple fact he turned the page. Everything is good. He said after this video that he knows he's going to get his targets, and it wasn't about targets. You heard what he said to the media. But he also said it was Devontae Smith Day. He was hot. I'm happy for him. At the end of the day, when it rains, it pours. He's going to get his. He's 1K always open. I got him going off in this Buccaneers game. Not saying Smitty won't, but I think Jalen Hurts is going to throw for 300 yards. At the end of the day, I'm glad this is over. There were some heated emotions on the sideline, but it's towards winning, not towards Jalen Hurts. It could have been towards some play calling, for the simple fact he said that the discussion was about something that happened earlier, right? It is what it is. The Eagles are 2-0, and we trying to get to 3-0 on the road this week, Monday night at Tampa. We do got great news, though, right? Blankenship, a.k.a. the Ghost, looks to be healthy and playing this week. Zach Berman said good news for the Eagles. Blankenship is back at practice. Spoke with him today. He thought he could have played last week had it been a Sunday game, but said he would have had to get cleared by the medical staff. Has had enough time since to recover, which is good. Bradbury back, Blankenship back. That is big time. This secondary has been struggling through 2 weeks, some with Reed and Bradbury, but that was the communication, the miscommunication game. The Vikings, we got up big, played off coverage, and Minnesota did what they do best, pass the ball. However, Jobe had that big play against him. We'll talk about that, but he made some big-time plays. At the end of the day, Blankenship is a big part of this defense. His ball skills, his tackling, and I'm glad that he's back because we talked about what the Bucs did, right? Baker Mayfield coming off a 317-yard game, a touchdown, a 114 rating, 9.3 yards per carry. But again, not only is Blankenship back, which I am excited, so is Bradbury. So this Eagles defense now can maybe get some cohesion in the secondary, and that's going to make that D-line go crazy. Mike Evans, though, 8 targets, 6 catches, a $171 and a touchdown. So either Slay, Bradbury, got to shut him down. Godwin's on the other side. If Godwin goes in the slot, maybe we put Bradbury there. But we do got the ghost, a.k.a. Blankenship back there, helping out as well. Now, I do want to talk about Josh Jobe before we talk about the bad defensive snaps. Josh Jobe played some physical snaps out here versus the Vikings. Here, he's at the bottom of the screen. And look, Kirk Cousins wants to go to Addison or Osborne. I'm not sure who that is. But the physicality of Josh Jobe just shuts that play down, makes him check it down to the tight end or the running back. Here, you're going to see him coverage. We got one safety back there. We're not helping him. The safety's in the middle of the field. Actually, we're bracketing TJ Hawkinson. So Jobe was on an island a couple times this game, and he succeeded the majority. Now, that one pass to Addison was bad. Here again, kind of on an island, a stop and go. But Josh Jobe able to mirror the wide receiver and break it up, make the ball go incomplete. Again, he got cooked. One play. Was there for the tackle. Addison shook him off. However, he's a young guy, but the physicality was there, the mirror match for the majority of the plays that he was asked to be on an island. And again, when Addison scored that touchdown, it was because he's on an island. You got brackets coverage on Jay Jettas. You got bracket coverage on TJ Hawkinson. So if you're going to put 2 on one, 2 on another, you're going to have corners left all by themselves. Bradbury, an experienced guy, can handle it. But Josh Jobe did play pretty darn well, minus the big touchdown. But the defense as a whole got to be better. Let's look at this. So we know that Kirk Cousins and Mac Jones both threw for 300. Devin Caney said the Eagles' pass defense through 2 games ranks second worst in yards allowed and dead last in passing touchdowns allowed. 7 passing touchdowns. She said, I know injuries play a role, but that's more than slightly concerning. Now, Slay on his podcast talked about he loves winning, but sometimes when the defense is playing with such a big lead, the play caller makes them play off ball, right? Which makes the yards easy to gain as they're trying to come back in the game, blah, blah, blah. I totally agree with that. That's partially why teams throwing for 300 on us. The other part was miscommunication and the fact that the Eagles have been suffering injuries. So when you look at playing off coverage because you were beating Mac Jones 16-0, beating the Vikings 27-7, both the teams came back with our off coverage, so we got to be better at that. But at the end of the day, there is some validity to that statement that Slay said, but it's only week 2. I'm chalking it up to bad off coverage, injury struggles, and miscommunication. Now, lastly, I need to know from y'all who's going to win week 3, Buccaneers or Eagles. Drop the score prediction in the chat. We're going to do more of a preview Friday or Saturday, whether it's Go Talk or a video talking about the Eagles and Buccaneers matchup, because there is some things I think we can take advantage of. But at the end of the day, the NFL picks came out yesterday. I showed y'all, and I want to know y'all score predictions in the chat. I'll give you mine live on Go Talk or the video I do. Drop the muscle emoji if you got nothing to say. Click the link in the description and or the pinned comment section and get your Philly Mike Air Hurts Philly Dog gear, because 2-0 sounds good, but 3-0 sounds better. Until next time, you know what time it is. We out.